And we're telling you about an event coming up, a week from today, actually. And this sounds like a perfect event for us. It's from the Housing Council. It is the Landlord Expo 2011. We have a couple folks here who are going to fill us in on the event and on the Housing Council as well. Joel Kunkler is with us. He is the Director of Landlord Tenant Services for the Housing Council. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, get real close to that mic here.
Nice to see you too, Steve.
The Housing Council, let's figure out who and what you are, first of all.
We are a housing counseling agency. We've been servicing this Rochester and the surrounding county for about 40 years. We help out folks with tenant issues. We help landlords out with a series of education programs, outreach, and a couple grant programs, and we help out homeowners with foreclosure prevention services.
May I just say, you have the best voice of anyone in this room.
I think he should take my spot.
That is quite a voice.
Well, thank you very much.
Anyone ever told you that before? It's a voice for radio.
Good radio, yeah.
Yeah. And how long has the Housing Council been around?
We've been around 40 years.
40 years, yeah. And in your position as the Director of Landlord Tenant Services, I think it speaks for itself. But what's a typical day for you like?
I work with a group of 15 very dedicated folks, and we are currently gearing up, obviously, for Expo. But our day-to-day work, we have a great program called Heading Home. That's part of the stimulus package from Obama, and that's to help folks either stay in their homes or if they've been put out, that we help them find new homes as quickly as we can. And those are tenants around the community. So any landlords that are thinking about or are having issues with their tenants that are delinquent in their payments, they can always call us and have their tenants apply for our program. That's pretty much the main focus. But we also do an education series. It's called Operating Rental Property. Mm-hmm. That's a class we have once a month. We meet either 3 days or one Saturday for 6 hours, and we go over the basics of being a landlord, from how to write a lease, how to do the application process, screening, all the way through to the eviction process.
Now, Pat, when you were a landlord, did you take advantage of these type services, or was it before?
I was not aware that this was around, to be honest with you. I did not know that as a landlord.
We have a phenomenal core audience of folks that have been using our services for years and years and years, but we still, every day I run into folks that say, I never knew you existed.
Is that frustrating?
I guess it's heartening because we know that there's a larger audience out there that we can continue to meet. Probably one of our best products that we have that's most utilized, other than operating rental property, is our guide called the Eviction Guide for landlords.
Hey.
And it goes through the process of filling out the forms, because I know folks are oftentimes very, very confused about the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just call a lawyer and start screaming. That's usually my result. So, I don't.
That's not the best way to go about doing it, though.
My lawyers understand my personality, and my frustration gets a little bit hot. So, I don't know how to fill out the paperwork either. So, I can understand where this could be helpful to some.
It gets very confusing. I've been doing this for almost 11 years, and I'm still confused. And it takes a really trained eye sometimes to just slow down and look at the book and look at the guide and then fill the forms out and really understand it. And I know that the court system can be very confusing, and most folks think they need to hire a lawyer, but over the years I found that that's just absolutely not true, that folks can do this process themselves.
All right, let's find out about this. I'm sorry.
No, I wanted to actually ask one quick one, just a quick one.
Before we find out about the Landlord Expo.
Yeah, Joel mentioned you have services that might help people that are in trouble with their homes, potentially keeping them from going into foreclosure.
Absolutely.
What kind of things do you do? I mean, let's say I don't really want to pay my mortgage anymore. Do you guys just write me a $1,500 check to give to the bank, or what? I mean,
no, Pat, we don't do that. We have
too good to be true.
We have a well-trained team of foreclosure prevention counselors that will work with homeowners as an intermediary between the homeowner and the lender, and try to work out an agreement between those two that satisfies all parties. Sometimes we can help folks out, and they can continue to make payments, and sometimes it's just that conversation with the lender that's a little difficult for the homeowner, and they don't really know where to start. And our counselors can come in and assist them in that process. And oftentimes we'll, hopefully work a deal out, and that homeowner can stay in that property.
Good. Thanks for that info there, Joel.
Absolutely.
Joel, you are standing next to Brittany McElrath, who is going to tell us a little bit about the Landlord Expo, which happens, a week from today, right, Brittany?
Yes, it is.
Tell me what's going to happen.
Well, it's going to be on Saturday, May 7th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Basically, it's not just for landlords, it's for anybody who's looking to get into the business also. So we don't want to limit anybody. What happens is we'll have workshops there with experts. The workshops are like evictions, what you'll need to know, passing an inspection, getting into the business, things about fair housing, which is always, always useful for anybody to know, tenants, landlords, and, facts about Section 8 also. Also, we'll have Scott McGillivray there, and I'll let Joel talk about that a little bit later. And we'll have anywhere from, we're hoping, 40 to 50 vendors there. Painters, movers, contractors, exterminators, anything like that, just to showcase what they have to offer to landlords who may not know about them. These are local people. These are people, we have a vendor as far out from Albany right now that's coming.
This is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as far as I know, we don't have anything like this in the area going on. And we like to keep it going every couple years.
The event a week from today is at the MCC Conference Center. It is free admission, free workshop, free parking, the Landlord Expo 2011. You mentioned Scott McGillivray. My wife knows who he is. He's a good-looking guy, first of all.
Yeah, most of the ladies do know who he is.
Scott's the host of Income Property on Home and Garden Television, and Scott focuses on working with folks to re-energize their rental property business. Oftentimes, he's working with folks that are owner-occupieds of multifamilies, and they may have gone a period of time without a tenant, or they may just have had an issue with a tenant, or they've just had that tenant vacate. So they're really looking at ideas on how to re-energize their business. Scott comes in with a marketing plan, really talks to them honestly about what the business is in their area, and then proposes 2 different plans to rehab the property.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he'll be at the event. Is there a specific time when he'll be appearing?
He'll be there. We have a final set schedule that's going to be on our website, thehousingcouncil.org, about midweek this week, maybe Thursday at the latest. And that'll give Scott. Scott's going to make 2 appearances throughout the day, and then there'll be workshops every single hour on the hour. And if you'd like to, you can always head over to our website too, thehousingcouncil.org, and pre-register for the event. That way you're sliding in the line right past that line first thing in the morning.
So you're going to get your money's worth out of Scott next Saturday.
So. I think so, absolutely.
Great. So it's coming up next Saturday from 10 till 4 at the MCC Conference Center, thehousingcouncil.org, if you want more information. I should have asked Joel and Brittany, Section 8, Pat, what's Section 8?
That's actually subsidized housing that the landlord gets the check from the government or the county for the tenants because they don't have enough qualifying income to support, the rent.
Gotcha. Big part of what a landlord has to know about, I'm sure.
Yes.
Landlord Expo 2011 next Saturday at MCC Conference Center. We'll remind you about that next week as well. Feel good to be back? Back in the swing?
Yes, very much. Thank you.
Good?
I like it. I missed it last week.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I had to listen to you guys. I was jonesing when I got back.
We did miss you.
Thanks.
Looks like it's going to be a nice day today. Good day to get outside, as we said, so enjoy it. And we're back next Saturday on Property Source Radio. Alex, you had a good time today?
I did. I learned a lot.
Would you call it a success?
I would call it a success.
All right, great. That's good with me. All right, ESPN Radio is coming up next. Sports Center will get you through this Saturday, and we'll be back next Saturday. Property Source Radio, Sports Radio 950 ESPN.